Triple M Grill Team.
Well, everybody talks about the long trip from Los Angeles to Sydney, 14, 15 hours, whatever it is, and another 14 to 15 back. But I will tell you this, it is well worth the trip. My family and I have been here before, and we fell in love with Australia. We traveled all over, including going to Perth. And the distance from Sydney to Perth is like going from Los Angeles to New York. It was a long trip, and it was well worth it. We also went up to the so-called Gold Coast, to the Hamilton Island, and of course Sydney itself is a marvelous city. The people in Australia I find to be extremely warm, extremely friendly, gracious, so it makes the trip absolutely perfect. Add to that, we had great weather, a sellout crowd to see the first game of the series, and all in all, a beautiful, wonderful week here in Australia.
And over the weekend, it was all baseball.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Australia played
fever. Against the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks, and then the LA Dodgers and Diamondbacks played the first two games of the regular season. For the first time ever in Australia, it was absolutely fantastic. The SCG was brilliant, and we threw it out there on 13353. Did you enjoy it? Dave from Bexley, what are your thoughts?
Oh, I actually quite enjoyed it. I was out there 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
The only thing I think that let it down was the queue for the food. Like the American food.
Okay.
Gee, we just can't get it right, can we, David? You know, to queue, we have to queue all the time. When you go to Yankee Stadium, mate, they're throwing you the hot dogs and they're
exactly.
taking the beers up to you. Jeez, I can't understand why we can't take a leaf out of their book. The queues for the sport, man.
To give you an idea, guys, on the Saturday, I think not one person in the crowd didn't sing a national anthem.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's cool.
That'd been good.
Really
Well, they played the Australian and the American?
Yeah, the American first?
They did the American first and then the Australian, and it gave me goosebumps.
Hey, Dave, you a baseballer, mate, yourself?
Yeah, I've played it since I was about 9 years old.
Great
nice.
promotion for your sport, mate.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, well done.
I wish I had brought out the Yankees in Boston.
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe next
well,
year.
Man.
I think the day we get the Yankees in Boston in Australia will be quite incredible. Obviously, the two of the absolute
you'd be playing
greatest teams
You'd have
of
to
all
play
time.
at ANZ. You'd have to
Yeah.
play at ANZ.
Well,
Well
yeah, that
done,
would
Dave.
be 100,000 plus. Thanks, Dave.
JC from Milperra, did you go to the game, buddy?
Yeah, mate, absolutely loved it. I thought it was one of the best experiences other than when I went down to Melbourne and saw Liverpool FC play down there. But
Wow.
other than that, I've got to say, it was great. But the food lines, terrible, and same as the beer and merchandise. You were in line for 20, 30 minutes for merchandise and beer, but food, you're in there for an hour and a half just waiting to get a feed. And that's where it was wrong. Other than that, great experience, and they've got to do it again. Even if they only do it every 4 years, it'd be great.
You know, Jason, and they know how to sell their sport, the Americans. Like, there was that great photo on the paper. There was Sonny Bill, Del Piero, Adam Goods, and there was those two baseballers are the highest profile players in either side.
Clayton Kershaw
and the other rooster.
Foshwaite.
And what they did, they said, this is what we want to get the photo. And Sydney Cricket Ground said, we absolutely desperate, but we need some good players. They said, oh yeah. We'll get you the best. You know who the hardest person to get there was? Believe it or not, there was Del Piero there.
Israel.
No problem. The hardest person to get there was the rugby league player, Sonny.
Really?
It was the hardest.
Well, the Waratahs didn't even put a player up.
No, because apparently Israel Folau was supposed to be doing it, but he had another day planned, but they didn't want anyone but Israel.
Yeah, so that's it.
There you go. That's how big Izzy now is. And thanks very much for your call, Jason. Ray and Pimble, finish it off for us.
Yeah, Grill Team, I just want to say, I think it's great that Major League Baseball took the time to bring the sport down to Sydney, Australia and showcase it in front of so many junior baseball players that are enjoying the sport. And we've certainly seen baseball rise in terms of its numbers and participation. So, for MLB to take the time to bring it down here, I think was tremendous. And I was out there, I thought it was a great spectacle and big crowd, which is really good.
They're finding a lot of players down here now. The Sandhill Warrior, who he was the conditioner for years and years at Manly and also Parramatta. Name just escapes me at the moment. But his son actually,
Ryan Roland Smith.
Roland Smith. Yeah, his son actually, is in the major league. So he was out here with Arizona, was he?
He was with the Diamondbacks. You're right.
Yeah, he was out here.
People don't know it, but we are well represented within the Major League Baseball ranks over in America, and we've had almost 400 professional contracts signed out of Australia, which has brought nearly $100 million back into the Australian community. So
it's fantastic.
It's a lucrative sport.
Geez, you're across it, Ray.
Thanks, Ray.
All over it.
We appreciate that, big fella. Just get the food lines right, and we've got it all sorted.
Yeah.
So make sure next time, hopefully the right people are listening, and we'll get that sorted. Thanks for your call.
The Triple M Grill Team.